now we're going to talk to you about how to use dice with your mentee. Dice can be used whether they're old or young. It's just going to depend on how high they can count or if they can add numbers, etc. So first we can start off by saying, Nick, you can roll the dice. Nick's going to be my mentor. I'm going to be the mentee. And then you're going to tell me how many times I'm going to hula hoop, because hula hoop is our activity for one of our activities for the day. So I'm sitting here. Nick's going to roll it and tell me how many times.
Alright, so as the mentor, I'm going to observe my mentee and see how many times she can roll it. Say maybe she is a 10-year-old. I might use both of the dice to get a higher number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. Alright, Christine, we have 4 and 1. How many times is that?
5.
That's 5 hula hoops. So she's going to try to hula hoop 5 times. Go ahead, Christine.
5.
Oh.
Almost.
That's good. She almost got it. Now also, what we could do, instead of the mentor, myself, rolling the dice, I may let Christine roll the dice. That way she has a little bit more fun and can determine how many times she has to hula hoop on her own.
It's a lot more motivating for the mentee to at least roll one of the dice so we can split up the dice and roll them and add them together. Or just let the mentee do it because then they feel like they're in control of how many times they're going to do something. Next, we could have Nick here. Nick, I want you to have this teddy bear go and touch a certain number of trees, but we're not going to know how many trees until we roll these dice. So I'd like you to roll this dice, and I'm going to roll this dice. We're going to add the numbers together, and that's how many trees you're going to touch. Ready?
Okay. Ready.
So let's say the mentee's older. He can touch a lot of trees. He can run for a long time. We'll do both dice. But let's say Nick's only 4 or 5 years old. We'll probably just stick with one dice, and I'll let Nick roll it just to make it more fun for him. So Nick, could you go ahead and roll that dice?
Sure can.
4.
4 times. So I would go and touch the tree 4 times, and these plush toys are really great for kids. They love them. They're very intrigued by them, and they love to do activities with them. So I'm going to go touch 4 trees, whatever ones I choose.
And for a lot of these activities, you as the mentor, you're going to want to try to do them with him. I'm just letting Nick do it to give an example. But to run with them and touch the trees with them is a lot more motivating. One more tree, Nick, and you're done. Good job. Wow, good job, mentee.
Thank you.
Way to touch the trees. All right, so let's say again, Nick's my mentee, and we're doing jump roping as part of our lesson, or jumping even. We're gonna both roll the dice. Ready, Nick? We're gonna roll them on 3. 1, 2, 3. How many is that, Nick?
4 and 3, 7 times.
7 times. So Nick, I want you to jump sideways over the jump rope 7 times. Ready, and go. And this is a great way to incorporate math into physical activity. So kids may not be good at math, but are really good at physical activity, or vice versa. They may not be very good at physical activity, but they may do math really well. So putting them together, it'll kind of give them a little bittersweet taste and try to improve them in both subject areas. So our last thing for the dice, I'm going to have Nick, my mentee, he's going to roll one of the dice. Nick, I want you to set down one of the dice. I want you to roll one of the dice.
Okay.
I've got all this equipment. Right now I only have a couple poly spots, but a lot of equipment set up, and I'm going to have him go and run and grab that many pieces of equipment. So he'll go get one, bring it back to the hula hoop, go get another one, bring it back to the hula hoop. So Nick, could you roll the dice for us?
Yes.
Nick's going to get 4 pieces of equipment, and again, I'm going to run with him. So then, it's a little bit of a better understanding. You can help him out and keep him motivated. So, are you ready, Nick? We're going to go run and get one thing, come back, one thing, come back.
Okay.
All right, ready, go. All right, grab one thing. Now bring it back. 1. Ready? Now we have 2.
2 more.
2 more. Good man. How many more, Nick? We have 3. How many more to go? 1 more to go. Perfect. Last one. There you go.
All right. Now another activity you could do, maybe to work on something other than running or jumping, is you could use this large soft ball and work on kicking. The reason I chose this large ball is because for younger mentees, they may have trouble kicking a small soccer ball or something like that. So, if I was the mentor, Christine was the mentee, I might tell her something like, okay, Christine, can you pick up one dice? Now that she has the one die, what she's going to do is roll it. And whatever number comes out, that's how many times she's going to kick the ball maybe 10 feet to me. Alright? So she rolls it. Christine, what did you get?
5.
5. And what I'm going to have her do is I might use this poly spot, put it right here with the ball. She's going to have to go to the poly spot and kick the ball to me 5 times. And I'm going to stand about 10 feet away. Ready, Christine?
Yep.
Go ahead. Nice kick. Ready?
Yep.
All right. So what Christine would do is she'd continue and she'd do 3 more kicks. And that works on improving striking with your feet and just balance and coordination and all of that.
So there are a couple ideas to use with the dice. Let's say you're out at a park and you don't have these huge dice that we have at Winnick Hall. You could just use like regular table dice, just make sure you don't lose them. These are a little bit more motivating for the kids. So hopefully this will help you in planning activities.